Hello, dear fourth graders, and welcome to your English lesson. Dragi učenici, dobrodošli na sat engleskog jezika za 4. razred. Ja sam Iva i danas sam vaša učiteljica, a naša današnja lekcija je How to Travel. Nakon današnje lekcije očekujem da ćete moći imenovati prijevozna sredstva, razumjeti tekst čitanjem i napisati kratak tekst o prijevozu članova svoje obitelji i prijatelja koristeći priloge učestalosti. For our lesson, you need a notebook and a pencil or a pen. You need a device with internet connection. And you need a QR code scanner. Keep in mind that you can pause the video at any time during the lesson if you need some extra time to do the tasks or if you need to read something again. Now, if you have everything ready, let's start the lesson. Your first task in today's lesson is to solve a jigsaw puzzle. You can copy this link into your device, bit.ly, puzzle 4 guess, or scan this QR code. Pause the video now and solve the puzzle. When you're finished, start the video again. If you're finished, you can see this picture. What can you see in the picture? You can see some buildings and some trees. And you can also see people riding bicycles and driving cars. And this is the topic of our lesson. We will learn about different ways to travel. Now I will show you some pictures and you will tell me what you can see in them. What is this? It's a bike. Excellent. What is this? It's a bus. How about this? It's a lorry. And what is this? This is a car. Excellent job. Ivano is looking out of his window. He can see his street. Let's see what else he can see and hear. Listen carefully. When I look out of my window, I can see a boy riding a bike. I can see 3 cars in front of my neighbor's house and a lorry waiting for the green light. I can see a plane in the sky and I can hear a train in the distance. Oh look, the bus is coming. Time to welcome my mom. Okay, now tell me which vehicles does Ivano see and hear? Koja vozila Ivano vidi I čuje? So he can see a bike, he can see cars, he can see a lorry, he can see a plane, he can hear a train, and another one, he can see a bus. Good job. Now let's take a look at some other vehicles. Listen and repeat after me. Slušajte I ponavljajte za mnom. This is a plane. A plane. This is a train. A train. Next, a motorcycle. A motorcycle. A ship. A ship. A tram. A tram. A taxi. A taxi. A helicopter. A helicopter. And a boat. A boat. Excellent. You will now play a game to practice new words. Copy this link, bit.ly, vehicles 4, or scan this QR code to open the game. Kopirajte link ili skenirajte ovaj kod kako bi otvorili igricu koju ćete odigrati za ponavljanje novih riječi. And this is what your game looks like. When you're finished with the game, start the video again. What can you see when you look out of your window? Take a minute, stand up, look out of your window, and write the names of vehicles you can see and hear in your notebooks. You will send this task to your teacher. Where can we see these vehicles? We can see some vehicles on land, na kopnu. We can see some vehicles on water, na vodi. And we can see some vehicles in the air, u zraku. Open your notebooks and copy this table in your notebooks. Then, sort these words into the correct group. Kopirat ćete ovu tablicu u svoje bilježnice i razvrstati ove riječi u točnu grupu. Pause the video and do the task. When you're finished, start the video again. Let's see the correct answers. So what can we see on land? We can see a car, a bus, a lorry, a train, a tram, a motorcycle, and a taxi. What can we see on water? We can see a ship and a boat. And what can we see in the air? We can see a helicopter and a plane. Excellent job. We will now read the text and you will answer these questions in your notebooks. Where does Ivano live? How does he go to school? How does his dad travel to work? How does his mom go to work? And what does Ivano do after school? If you need more time to read the text, you can pause the video and read it again. Let's start. Let's check the answers. Where does Ivano live? Ivano lives in Slatina. How does he go to school? He goes to school by bus. How does his dad travel to work? His dad travels to work by car. How does his mom go to work? His mom walks to work. How does she come home from work? She sometimes comes home by bus. And what does Ivano do after school? After school, he often rides his bike and does his homework. Excellent job. Now let's read some sentences from the text. My dad always goes to work by car. I usually go to school by bus. I often ride my bike after school. My mom sometimes comes home by bus. I never walk to school or I never go to school on foot. What do the words written in blue tell us? Što nam govore riječi napisane plavom bojom? Ove riječi always, usually, often, sometimes i never govore nam koliko se često radnja događa. Pogledajmo ih još jednom. Always, uvijek. Usually, uglavnom ili obično. Often, često. Sometimes, ponekad. I never, nikad. Now it's your turn. You will write 5 sentences in your notebooks. You will start the sentences with I always, I usually, I often, I sometimes, and I never. And you can use these ideas to help you finish the sentences. Ride a bike to school, go to school by bus, go to school by car, go to school by tram, go to school by boat, and walk to school, or go to school on foot. And your task for the end of the lesson is to write a text of about 40 words in which you will answer these 3 questions. How does your best friend usually, sometimes, or never go to school? How does your dad always or usually go to work? And how does your mom always or usually go to work? In your text, you have to use these words: always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. Dakle, vaš zadatak za kraj lekcije je napisati kratki tekst od 40 riječi u kojem ćete odgovoriti na ova 3 pitanja. U svom tekstu morate koristiti riječi always, usually, often, sometimes i never. Napisani tekst poslati ćete svojim učiteljicama ili učiteljima engleskog jezika na pregled. And it's time for self-assessment. Read these sentences and put a correct color next to each sentence. Green if you can do it, yellow if you need some help, and red if you need a lot of help. And the sentences are: I can name more than 6 vehicles. Znam imenovati više od 6 vozila. I can read and understand the text about how my family and friends travel. Znam pročitati i razumjeti tekst o tome kako moja obitelj i prijatelji putuju. I can use always, usually, often, sometimes and never in my sentences. Znam koristiti always, usually, often, sometimes i never u svojim rečenicama. And I can write how my family and friends travel. Znam napisati kako moja obitelj i prijatelji putuju. And dear students, this is it for today's lesson. Do vaše iduće lekcije. Goodbye.